Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Expert Examiner IELTS. My name is Glyn, and in this video, we have another practice speaking test, this time with Bakha. So, enjoy. Good morning. My name is Glyn. Would you please tell me your full name?
Good morning. My given name is Bakhtiyor and my surname is Obidkhanov, but please call me by my nickname. It's Bakha.
Okay, thank you, Bakha. Now, in this first part of the test, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Do you work or do you study?
I do both. I study at Fergana State University in my last year, and I work as an application seller,
And
online applications.
what do you like most about your job?
It is flexible. I love the way I can work whenever I want. Yeah, yeah, maybe that's the main reason
And do you
why I
think
like the
you'll
job.
do you think you'll still be working in the same place in 5 years?
I guess so. Until that game, I normally create an application for a particular game, and as long as that game will, alive, I will continue working.
And is there anything you don't like about your job?
Sometimes while I'm working with my clients, it's hard. I just literally join their computer remote control to set my application, and it's hard sometimes when their connection is poor. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about health now. Would you say that you're a healthy person?
Yes, I can consider myself as a healthy human because I go to the gym, I walk, I'm pretty much, you know, living in my healthy lifestyle.
And what kind of exercise do you think is the best way to stay healthy?
Some basic, jogging, running, going to the gym. If I tell you from the gym exercises, that would be yeah, basic exercises: bench press, deadlift, and squats. Yeah, these are pretty much basic and very helpful.
And do you like eating healthy food?
Yeah. Now I love eating healthy food, but back to past, I didn't like so much because uh, I was very, loved. I was a big fan of junk food, but now, I, as long as I train, I think that I need to eat healthy, and I pretty much eat healthy food. Yes.
And do you have any unhealthy habits?
Yes, unfortunately, I have one unhealthy habit. It is I go to bed a little bit late, My sleep is always deprived, and I need to, reschedule my sleep and sleep on time.
All right, let's move on and talk about reading now. Do you like reading?
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm getting, like used to. I'm just literally I didn't love reading before, but now I love, I don't know, because I I started reading because I go to the gym and I need to find out more about training programs and workouts, and I read a book. I started reading, and yeah, I love reading now at least.
Do you have a favorite writer?
My favorite writer is Mike Mansard. Yes, I have. It's Mike Mansard. He is a bodybuilder, and he used to be a bodybuilder and a scientist who mastered the fundamentals of bodybuilding. He's a very intelligent human. I love, his books. Very good, beneficial.
And do you prefer reading physical books or ebooks?
Mm, I prefer reading ebooks since the books that I need, are not available, in our local bookstore. Therefore, I just literally go online and find the e-version of that book, and it's pretty much it's free. I can, if I'm lucky, I can find a free version, and yeah, that's better, 100%.
And are there any books you'd like to read in the future?
I haven't considered that yet. Maybe I will read something about philosophy books because philosophy includes logic and nature and reason. This is the most important thing in our life. These are the most important things in our life. Yeah. I would consider maybe in the future reading philosophy books.
Okay, thank you. Now, in this next part of the test, I'm going to give you a topic, and I would like you to speak about this topic for 1 to 2 minutes. But before that,
All
you
right.
will have 1 minute to prepare for your talk, and you may take notes if you wish. Do you understand?
I do. Yes.
Mhm. I will now share the topic on my screen. Can you see the topic?
Yeah.
Mhm. I'd like you to describe a time when you gave advice to someone. Your 1 minute of preparation time starts now. Okay, so that's the end of your preparation time. To remind you, you will have between 1 and 2 minutes to give your talk, and I will let you know when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
All right. I'm gonna tell you about a person whom I gave an advice, very constructive advice. He is my neighbor. The advice was joining me, going to the gym with me and training, heavy lifting with me. And, that happened about a year ago or no? Yeah, about a year ago. And yeah, he was very, very overweight, eating those junk foods and, always, keeping those, unhealthy lifestyle. And then I saw him, you know, struggling with, even moving, walking. I mean, yeah, and I was like advised him. I wanted him to join me and go to the gym with me, and he accepted, and we started going to the gym. I taught him how to train properly, and I basically was his like mentor, his coach, and I just like taught him the basic exercises, and I taught the basics of training, eating, and those nutritions, dietary, and so on. And then he was very happy of my advice. That was very beneficial to him. And since that time, we've been training together. And he lost about 35 pounds or so. Yeah, 35 pounds. And he looks very good now. He looks ecstatic and he's happy about the results, the outcome that he got. And it was very good. And, and that was pretty good. And we just literally, going to the gym every single day. And our training are very interactive. While we're training, we're just
Okay, thank you.
talking. Yeah.
All right, so you've been talking about a time when you gave advice to someone. Let's talk a little bit more about advice now. What do friends usually give advice to each other about?
Mm, Friends maybe give advice for something, constructive things, maybe something related to their health. As I told you in my part two, I gave a constructive advice to my friend, and that was like training, losing weight, and keeping the healthy lifestyle. These are the basic things, basic advice that friends would give
Can you think
to
of
each other.
any other examples not connected to a person's health?
Maybe friends, especially at university, they would give to each other some advice in terms of studying, or yeah, to give you an idea. Uh, I saw two guys in my university were, talking to each other and giving a piece of advice to each other in terms of master's degree. And yeah, these are things that, yeah,
All right.
these are the.
And do you think it's okay to give advice to someone even if they haven't asked for any?
That's a tough question. Um, I don't know. Maybe if I would hypothetically think of it, um, it depends on who that person is. If that person is absolute stranger, so I wouldn't consider it. No, I won't. I don't think they should give an advice. If that person is at least familiar, or they study at the same university or somewhere at the same job, or yeah, they should give some advice, even a bit of it. Yeah, that would help them.
And what do you think are some general pieces of advice that everyone should follow?
So these are pretty much basic things, like moral norms, maybe, ethics that people should follow. At least they should, stick with the bare minimum. Yeah, even though they just don't, like religiously following those advices, but at least they should just, yeah,
And what is the bare
I think.
minimum?
Bare minimum is uh, talking, communicating, respecting others, literally, ethics of our lives, ethics, being a normal human and following the rules, abiding by the rules, law, whatever, yeah, so on and so forth. These are pretty much basic and important to follow.
Let's talk about professional advice now. In what situations do people pay for advice?
Maybe people would ask for some advice when they're applying for a job. Yeah, because they really need some, idea, and they should dip their toe into water to see what is going on in that job. And they may pay for some coaches, for online mentors, whoever, freelancers, whoever, and they really need to know. They know what they're required, and they need to work on that particular, difficulty, maybe their struggle. Yeah.
And do you think professionals always give the best advice?
Mm, yes, I do think, because professionals are, taught by professionals, and they have been, they have taught, they have literally, they have that idea. They're not just, they wouldn't call professionals if they're not, professionals. I would say professionals are pretty much would give decent advice. Yeah, because they're professionals. I don't know. That's a strange question. Yeah.
And what should happen if a professional gives some really bad advice?
Of course, that individual would be upset and would think that his money would took for granted, and would take him for granted, and that would be very heavy. That would hit a nerve of an individual who took, the advice from the professional, and he
And
just beforehand he thought that that person would help him, but it ended up with regret.
okay, thank you. That is the end of the test. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this practice speaking test with Bakha. As always, please let me know in the comments section below what score you think the candidate deserves for this performance. And as always, I will make a follow-up video to this with my own thoughts, my own feedback, my own comments, and my own scores. That will probably go up tomorrow. So if you would like your own free practice speaking test with feedback, or if you would like me to check your IELTS writing, you can request this on my Telegram channel, Expert Examiner. A link to that channel is in the description below. But for now, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. See you all very soon.